Okay, so you had a bunch of fatty foods. You know that layer of white fat that's underneath of the skin of like black cod or around the edges of steak? Like that's pure fat. It's disgusting. Well, some people actually eat that stuff. Yuck. But anyway, there are many ways of getting way too much fat in your diet. Now, you need some healthy fats in your diet. Like many people don't get enough healthy fats because they think eating fat makes you fat. So they go around, they avoid all the fats, and then they end up with gallstones and having their gallbladder removed because their bile wasn't getting used and they're turning into sludge. But then there are those people on the other side who eat way too much fat, like the keto people. And even people who are healthy, who try to eat healthy, like I said, the people who eat fish and stuff like black cod is very, very oily fish. And that is extremely rich in fat, especially omega-3s. And consuming too much can overwhelm your gallbladder and your pancreas, leading to bile overload and nausea or vomiting. You may think it's food poisoning when you feel this way, but it's not. It's what's called a bile dump. So you had a fatty meal and you end up feeling nauseous, and later, maybe even the next morning, you start vomiting and you get diarrhea at the same time. So it's coming out both ends. That's a good sign you're having a bile dump. What's that? Well, when you eat way too much fat, your liver dumps bile, your pancreas dumps enzymes, and your gallbladder spasms trying to handle the load. This creates intense nausea and vomiting and upper abdominal pain, possibly even bile reflux, where your bile backs up into your stomach. There could also be stagnation, where the fats just sit there, triggering waves of nausea and vomiting because they are moving, which happens a lot with people whose systems are kind of sluggish. If you were to go to the hospital, what they typically do is they hook you up to an IV for fluids because you're dehydrated, you're lacking fluids and electrolytes because all that throwing up and diarrhea dehydrates you and causes electrolyte imbalance. And then they also give you anti-nausea meds like Zofran, which is a powerful nausea blocker, or maybe promethazine to help the stomach empty faster, or to help move the sludge through. And if the spasms are bad enough, they might give you an antispasmodic like hydrocine or dicyclamine. And then they, of course, charge you a whole bunch of money and then you clear out your bank account. Or you could just stay home and let your body throw up from both ends and to get the stuff out. You want to get the stuff out, not keep it backed up. I know it's not fun and it feels horrible, but you want to get rid of the stuff. Maybe take some magnesium citrate or oxide, like Calm, which acts as a gentle laxative that helps move the bile down and out and also relaxes your gallbladder and your intestines and reduces the pain and the spasms. If you think you have food poisoning or a bile dump, you could take Charconite. That's why I created it. It's exactly for stuff like this. Charconite is activated charcoal and bentonite combined with some herbs that help things move through the system more. It's highly, highly absorbent. It absorbs anything it comes in contact with, including bile, which is great. So take it with a bunch of water, and as soon as you feel something coming on, it's what hospitals use when someone has an overdose of something they shouldn't have in their body. Sometimes you need to go to the hospital. I mean, you just have to. Like if your vomit turns pure green or red or black, or you feel really dizzy and you can't even drink water after 8 hours, then it's time for the ER. But if you're not vomiting green or red or black and you think you can stay home and you can handle it, Charconite is a good thing to take right away. Always have some in your emergency cabinet. Just be aware that Charconite absorbs anything and everything that it comes in contact with, so don't take it at the same time with medication or vitamins or anything like that. Or if you have diarrhea and you have lower back pain, that means your kidneys are hurting, and that's a sign that you are dehydrated and seriously needing electrolytes. So always have electrolytes around. They're all over. You can get them on Amazon. Even if you just take a pinch of sea salt and with some magnesium in water, that's electrolytes, and drink it. Do not lie down. Just whatever you do, do not lie, especially on your back, because the bile can back up into your stomach, and your stomach can back up into your esophagus. Sit down in a lounge chair or a recliner. Sleep in a sitting up position, but do not lie down flat. You'll probably need to do this for a couple of days. A warm castor oil pack can help, or a warm bath. Sit in a warm bath. Peppermint or ginger tea if you can handle it, because that's smooth muscle relaxers and they help the bile ducts open. And a lot of people that go through this, just the thought of even drinking water is just too much. The thought of eating anything will probably make you feel even more nauseous. That's actually good, because you shouldn't be eating anything at this point for a few days. Let your body heal. Maybe some coconut water or some broth, but that's it, you know. And of course, electrolyte water, ginger tea, peppermint tea. And when you do heal, help your liver and your gallbladder by taking some bile salts and lecithin to help emulsify the fats. Take bitters for digestion. You know, bitter stuff, you know, people always avoid bitter. They only want sweet. But bitter foods like dandelion really, really help. Never break a fast with fat. You know, some people, they don't eat for a day and then they splurge on fatty foods. That's the worst thing you could do. Never break a fast with fat. Start eating health, and overall, just start eating a healthy, balanced diet. You know, not some trendy, extreme fad diet where you're all the way on the extreme end of something, some kind of food. You need balance. You need balance in your life. So that's what this channel is about, is just telling you to eat the way nature designed and intended, and try not to be gluttonous. Try not to pig out. Eat balanced amounts of everything and take it easy. And if you're in doubt, don't eat anything. Anyway, that's what's called a bile dump. I hope this helped. I hope this, you know, sometimes people think they have food poisoning, but it's not food poisoning. You just have way too much fat in your body. Your liver and your gallbladder are dumping all kinds of bile. Your pancreas is dumping all kinds of enzymes. Your valves are backing up, and it's just a mess. So if you got diarrhea and throwing up at the same time, that could be what it is. So anyway, keep that in mind. Hope this helps. Try to control yourself with what you eat, and I'll see you in the next video.